So let's say I want to build a table that gives me the consolidated report about how my sales representatives have been performing over a period of time. So let's see how we can build it. So now I'm going to choose data and pivot table. Now let's choose a location for the second pivot table. Just place it here and click OK. So as we saw in the previous table, the builder is all set and ready for us to start building the table. So the three fields that we're going to use are date, sales rep, and sales. So first, I'm just going to drag and drop date into row. So on the left, you can see the table getting generated simultaneously as I drag and drop the fields into the respective boxes. And second will be the sales rep field into row again. So on the left, you can see that the table is giving me the daily date along with the sales representative names. But this is not exactly what I wanted, because this is what the original data set is also giving me. So now I'll have to consolidate this table based on certain period of time. So let's see how we can do that. Here in the date field, you can find a small arrow mark. So clicking on that will open up a list of ways by which you can consolidate the date. So you can choose to either view the data based on the year, quarter, month, day, week, quarter by year, or even month by year. So now I'm going to choose quarter by year because I want the quarters to be separated based on the years too. So I'll just choose quarter by year, and on the left you can see how the data changes. So here you can notice that we have got quarter 1 of 2014, quarter 2 of 2014, etc., and so on it goes. So this is more clear for me, and I can see what exactly has happened in each quarter per year. So now we have the date and sales rep data ready. So all we have to do is insert the next data we want to consolidate the table by, that is the sales value. So I'm just going to drag and drop sales into data here. So as you can notice, we have got the default function as sum. So I'm going to leave it as such because I want the total sales value. So on the left, you can see that we have got the desired table generated for us. As we just saw, pivot tables are very easy to create and customize too. So now let's go to the next data set. So in this sheet, you can see the ticket numbers being listed along with the support staff who are responsible for those tickets, the product to which the ticket is targeted, and the status of the particular customer ticket. So usually we receive customer support tickets on a daily basis or even a hourly basis, and it's really hard to keep track of them. Using pivot tables, you can consolidate and view how your support staff are performing or how many tickets are still pending in each product. So now let's see how we can do that. Let's go to data, pivot table, choose a place, and OK. So on the right, we have the builder ready. So now we're going to build a table to see how our support staff are performing. So for that, we'll be using the fields support staff and status. So let's see how we can start building. So my row data will be support staff here. So you can see the names of the support staff being listed on the left. And now we're going to drag and drop status field into column. So you might be wondering why I went with column for the status field. That's because we have 3 different statuses, that is open, closed, and in progress. So placing it as a column will make the table look better and easier to study. So now that we have the support staff and status ready, we'll have to choose a data using which the table has to be consolidated. So here, to study the performance of the support staff, I'll have to go with the data called status. So I'll have to know how many tickets have been closed, are in progress, or are left open for each sales rep. So now the data for me will be the status field. I'm just going to drag and drop it here. So in the previous data set, we saw that the default function was taken as sum. And here you can see that count of status is being taken for me for this table because that is what is needed here. I want the total count of tickets that are still open, closed, or in progress for each support staff. Now if you want to change the function, you can do that anytime using the drop down here. So on the left, you can see that the pivot table is ready and it gives me the consolidated data about the performance of each support staff. So now let's make another small addition to this table. What if I want to filter out this particular data based on each product? So for that, all you have to do is drag and drop this product field into filter. So on the left, you can see that a product header has been added along with the filter icon. So once you click on that filter icon, it will show the list of products from your data set. So you can choose to filter the pivot table based on the products too. Now let's say I want to see how the support staff have been performing for the product projects. So I'm just going to select projects here and choose filter. So you can see that the table just changed, indicating that this particular updated table is giving me the consolidated data for the project's product alone. So this way you can choose to view the table based on each product. So this filter will act as a filter for the whole consolidated table. And as I had previously mentioned, you can see there's a grand total column here at the right. So we have 3 columns of numerical values given, and then we have a grand total column at the right. So you can even choose to hide this grand total column using this option here on the right.